All right, so I'm playing around with different formats, so y'all got to bear with me on this one. All right, so this is kind of a follow up to before you buy another camera. And so before we get too far into this, I want you to do one thing today. Take your phone out of your pocket. Okay. We're going to take our phone out of our pocket, and I want you to record a 60-second video answering the questions customers ask you the most before they hire you. Do it. Don't overthink it. Just answer the question clearly. If you want to know why this is going to work, stick with me. Okay. So, my name is Brian. I run the media room by I Sell Words. My business, my job, my mission is to get business owners recording their own content, um, or have the feel comfortable recording their own content to advocate for your business on social media and take advantage of a lot of the free real estate that's out there for posting and creating your own content as a business owner. I don't really care about going viral. I don't care about your big fan base. I care about getting money. I care about getting you clients that pay you money. Okay. And so that's what this is about. So I see too many business owners with this belief, like they have this idea. And so we're going to break one major belief right here. Um, the core belief that I want to break is I need professional production before I can show up online. No, you don't. Your buyer doesn't want to see your commercial. Nobody wants to see your commercial. Okay. They want to know, can you solve their problem? Do you understand their solution? Can they trust you? What should they do next? Okay. And so this is really, I really want to break that belief because it's limiting so many business owners. They think that they have to come up with this super polished commercial that looks like you see on television and stuff, and nothing could be further from the truth. Okay. Your phone in your hand is good enough to get started. Okay. So your first video is not a brand film. Your first video is an answer. Okay. So if you're a landscaper, a great video today, considering the temperature outside, is how often should I mow in this heat? How do I protect myself? Give me some tips, from a professional landscaper so that somebody who's going out mowing their grass can minimize their risk of having to be out in excessive heat. A realtor, what does pre-approval actually mean? We say these terms, but we don't really communicate what they actually mean. And a lot of people that are looking for their first home do not understand what you're talking about. Um, a DJ, how early should I book my entertainment for an event? How early should they pre-book you? Okay. And a consultant, what's the first thing I should fix in my marketing? Okay. The internet has tricked business owners into thinking that the standard is cinematic video with $80,000 cameras, and a full crew of people and all that other stuff. But your customer's not sitting there wondering, was this shot on an FX3? You know, are they using, are they using a red camera? They're wondering, can this person help me? They're not looking for the big names and things like that. They really don't care about what camera you're using. They don't care what camera system you're using. You can be using Blackmagic, you can be using Red, you could be using Sony, Canon, um, RE, Airy, whatever. You could use any kind of camera. It doesn't matter. Okay. They're worried about, can this person help me? Enemy is not production quality. The enemy is trying to use production quality to kind of sucker people into a low value message and a low value offering. Okay. Good enough content has really four jobs. Okay. It answers, it proves, it invites, and repeats. Answers, proves, invites, repeats. All right. So here's the thing. Oftentimes we look at this content as this is going to be the first time they see us. We want to put a good foot forward. I get it. The best foot forward that you can put down for your clients is answering the questions that they have. Not a polished commercial. It's answering the questions they have. Okay. So let's run it down. Okay. We're going to talk about answer. Answer is the first one. Answer. Teach your buyer something that they want to know about. Specifically, if it's important for the process that you're going to do for them. But give them an answer. Teach them something. Okay. Next one is prove. Show your work, show what you do, show what your process is, or explain what your process is so that they know when they hire you or call you, they know kind of what they're going to experience. Okay. Invite. This is basically your call to action. Invite them to the next step. What do you need them to do? Okay. Now, this oftentimes, when we say call to action, this is if you need more information, give me a call, shoot me an email, click here, fill out this sheet, things along those lines. But if you're just giving them information, tips and tricks about how to stay cool in mowing the grass, then give them the first step and then reassure them of that first step again. Okay. And then repeat. Show up often enough to be remembered. Okay. So this is why what they call UGC, user generated content, works. It feels like a real person. Doesn't feel like a commercial. Okay. According to Hootsuite, and Hootsuite is one of the main platforms that people use when they're multi-posting on social media. Hootsuite says that user generated content, UGC, builds trust faster and cheaper than traditional advertising because it requires social proof and it feels earned. That's the point. Okay. Polished content, polished creative still has a place. If you're running a Black Friday sale or you need a clean product demo, the polish may help. If you're even something on traditional television, the polish may help. But for service-based businesses trying to build trust, a one shot phone explanation, a phone shot explanation is often more useful than anything else. Okay. So we'll get into the structure of that 60-second video we talked about. Okay. So here's the structure. We're going to name the question. This is the question that your clients come to you with. We're going to give a short answer. We're going to explain the mistake people make. We're going to give one practical tip, and you're going to tell them the next step. Okay. So a question, and here's an example. So a question I get all the time is, how often should I post? The answer is more often than when you feel inspired. Okay. I'm going to say that again. The answer is more often than when you feel inspired. The mistake is thinking every post has to be original. Start with 3 buyer questions per week, answer them clearly. And if you want my help to build a system for you, go ahead and drop a message in my inbox. Okay. So here's the thing. If you own a service business and you want to know how to show up, if you own a service business and you need to know how to show up more, but you keep getting stuck on what to say or how polished it needs to be, shoot me a message and I'll point you in the right step. Okay. Point you in the right direction. So thanks. This has been Brian with the Media Room. I appreciate you all. I will holler at y'all later. Peace.